Hello again. This, if you can see, I hope, is a Star Wars Rebel mechanics ship. You can see it from the top view. Maybe there's a hose in here. You just flip these up and then the hose would come out. The hose comes out, and then these can flip back down again. Well, they can leave them up for now. And then the hose would come out, and it hooks onto a spot. Hooks onto a spot right here. So you've got a hose. The hose is fed from these two tanks up here, this one and this one. I figure one's hydraulic oil, one's motor oil. It's got a switch right here. The light tells which one's on. If you can see, there's an oil can right here. To finish what's on this side, it's a speeder type, so when it whatever it's doing a speeder types wise. I mean, it's moving as a this is the mechanics toolbox. It's got all of his tools in it. Plain basic. It's got wrenches and stuff in it. Your basic hammer, wrench, whatever. So here's his basic toolbox, and it fits in there. These are storage containers that he can put spare parts in. There's two of them in there. There's another one in there. Sometimes my hand is too fat for my own inventions, right? So there's storage units back there. If we keep going, get these out of the way. If we keep going and we're looking at this from the rear, you can see up here at the top, there's like a crowbar, a shovel. There's an axe. This is an axe right here. And then this is a spade shovel. So there's a spade and a flat and an axe and a crowbar. This right here folds down, and it kind of extends out like so if it needs to. And it's got a saw and a vise, clamps onto stuff, and a power, air drive, air ratchet, for the mechanic. So this is strictly mechanic stuff, right? So he's got his air, and this moves around. So obviously these come off. These can come out of those things. You don't have to have those. He can take his air ratchet out of there, and of course the vise would probably stay there, and maybe there's a saw. It's hard to say, but that just folds back up when you're done, and then neatly tucks away like so. This over here is his welder and his so it's got little things on the side. I just took this red one from here as well, so it's got red and blue on the side. It's got handles, it's got a knob, it's got a computer and a whole bunch of lights that show him what he's doing. And then the red one, I figures, is the cut and torch, and the blue one is probably the welder. So if he needs to weld, but those go back on like so, and then this goes up here like so. Here you have a whole bunch of little barrels. There's like 4 of them in there, if you can see, maybe from a top view. I should have gotten Lego barrels. I didn't do it, but this has got like a flammable on it. So, you know, one would carry gas, and one says toxic on it. I'm gonna have to get actual Lego barrels, but I haven't yet as we speak. There's more in there. One's like toxic or something, and the other one's. I'll get them out in just a little bit here. And if we go to the side again, so you can see the knobs that actually fit onto this right here. So, and then this just tucks away nice and neat up here. It's got a little switch right there. So up here in the front, he's got his favorite wrench right here. This is his favorite wrench. The canopy would go up. He's got his controls and a button. The button pushes. The gate comes down, or the hatch comes down. He's got handles here that operate the crane. So the crane would come out, and he would have a crane for whatever he may need, taking out motors, taking out jet engines, whatever the case may be. He's got a crane going on. Then of course when he gets done, it folds up and it goes back into this little thing right here. Nice and neat. You probably didn't see that very well, huh? I'm having to hold the camera, and so the crane comes out and then it folds back up and again goes back in this little spot so it doesn't move around too much. You know what I mean? So you can see it's kind of roomy. He's got a spare gas can in there. You can see the gas can. He's got the floorboard. There's plenty of room to move around in there. You know, he's in there doing his work. You can see the barrels in here. The thing will hold 4 barrels in the back, which is really kind of nice. This one says toxic on it. This one says corrosive. This one says oxidizer. so he's got some barrels that he uses for standard mechanic stuff, and then like I said, here's what that all looks like. And then again, if we go back around, you've got the controls, and then the front of the ship would look like this. So he's got like a yellow, you know, kind of give it the sun color, I guess, and then a tinted one up in here. So it's a speeder type. So it's definitely a speeder type. And then of course here's where his toolbox would go back, and his storage containers. There's 2 of these in here. You can't see that one in the back, but there's 2 of them in there. So there's 2 for spare parts. His hose for the oil. Again, you've got like hydraulic and then probably motor oil. Switch to switch back and forth, and then lights to tell you which one's on or not. These come up, so when the hose fits in on the top up here, like so. Sorry, I just moved the camera, didn't I? So when this thing goes up here like so, these fold down like so. Probably didn't see that again, did you? Yeah. Still new at this. There's plenty of room here for more attachments should there need be, but I can't really think of anything that we have that a mechanic would need besides the axe and the spade and the flat and the crowbar. So this is basically what it looks like with everything. This is definitely Star Wars all the way. I designed this for working on spaceships and other things. So again, here's what it looks like from the side. Good side view. And then here's what it looks like from the other side. Good side view. With this up. Good front view. So, and then of course, the tail end. So again, there it is in a nutshell. Hope you, and like I said, it'll move across the surface like a speeder. So again, I apologize for the lighting and for the video and the not exactly professional photographer, so but thanks for watching.